else? Have you got any?
Right now. Oh, I spin like we did in the summer rain. Call my name and I'll
Lulu, if you're still here, have you got any questions?
taste that day. Run like home, run like home.
Or shall we just watch Destiny bob her head up and down night instead?
It don't matter, like, either way, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's your guys' live. I do whatever. Do you know what I mean? So whatever you guys want. Whatever you want, I'll do. Within reason, obviously. Cool, blimey.
Yeah, obviously.
Empty spaces. Used to leave
Hello, Mandy.
every touch.
Can I read you free reading psychic medium?
Sorry? No, you can't. Sorry, love. No. Bye-bye. Guys, ignore that person. That's a scammer. That's a scammer, guys. Ignore him. Sand dancer, ignore him. That's a scammer.
Something mad happened on Friday. Was it your mum? What kind of thing was it, Sarah, that happened?
Yeah, but no. That's not the question. Like, they're not getting the questions. They've got to ask me questions. Not. That's a question for a reading, like a paid reading.
I just wondered what happened, what it was that happened. That's all.
Hello, Mandy. How are you, Mandy? No, you need to ask me questions, guys.
You need to remove that psychic medium.
I can't. I've already blocked them, but it just sticks like that.
Okay.
Just spam love hearts for a minute, guys.
Okay. Let's just.
So, guys, you have to ask me a question.
Yeah. Ask the psychic.
It's called a Q&A.
Here's GMD Jules.
If you're wanting to know, like, anything to do with spirituality. So, like, I'm your teacher.
And she's got the cane. Just remember that when playing up. GMD Jules has just entered the building. She
Hello,
wants to
GMD
try and ask you a
Jules.
few questions.
I just need to know what is happening. How are you? So, Sarah, you're fine, but it's a QA where you ask me questions about spirituality. So, like, for an example, you turned around and said, like, when did I first realise that I had a gift? That sort of question. Or, like, what do you see when doing readings? Or, like, do you see what I mean? That sort of thing.
I've got a question for you.
Go on.
What was your near-death experience like? Did you see a bright white light?
So,
Is that a question for you? Yeah?
well, yeah, it is, but it all depends in reference to what near-death experience we're talking about, because I've had more than one.
Oh, right. Okay, so how many have you had? 3 in total, yeah?
I've had the one in 2018, the one that happened in 2023, and obviously the car was I was meant to be in that car, but that didn't happen because I prevented myself from being in that car. What else? Oh, and when I had my gallbladder removed, that was in 2022, I think. Wait, no. What am I on about? I had about 2014, 2015. Yeah, that was my other one. Yeah. So what one do you want to know? Because each one was different.
Okay, then what was different about all of them? Did you see the bright white light that everyone gets
Right,
told about?
just slow yourself down, because it doesn't happen like that. So it does, but it doesn't, but not straight away. So my one, when my heart stopped, was in 2018. I was at my friend's house, but I'd already had like alarm bells ringing that there was something not quite right with me, and I should have slowed down, but I ignored them signs because I started to always get breathless as well, and I started to feel like dizzy and fatigue, and I kept like falling over a lot, and I ignored them signs. Yeah. Then I was at my friend's house, and I was just, you know, helping her tidy up and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden I couldn't breathe. And then I felt like as if like a big sumo wrestler was sitting on my chest, and I had this chest pain. And then that's all I remember. I don't remember anything else from that. Obviously the rapid response came to the house and everything else. And then the ambulance came. They got me to hospital within 7-8 minutes from where I lived to the hospital. And I woke up, and I just remember like everyone rushing around me, because obviously I was in recess, and there was lights, yes, but it wasn't just that. So my spirit had left my body, and I could see them working on me in recess. So I'd actually came completely out of my body, and I saw them around my body, but everything was all like this, if you get what I'm saying. So I couldn't look up and I couldn't look down. Everything was just like that. Does that make
Left
sense?
to right,
I'm saying
left
in
to
reference
right.
to my vision.
You could only see left to right, basically.
No, I couldn't look up and I couldn't look down, but everything was like this. So as I turned my body is what I saw, like that. Do you see what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I woke up, and I wanted to go back.
Yeah.
Because it was so like peaceful and everything else. But then there was another time that I had one, and I was at my parents' house, and I had really bad stomach, like pains in my stomach, and I just had an operation on my gallbladder, because I've had 3 big serious operations on my stomach. I've had obviously a C-section, my gallbladder removed, and I also had endometriosis, so I had to have an operation on that as well. So I had 3 major stomach operations on my stomach in the space of 2 months.
Wow.
So I was at my parents' house, and I had this excruciating pain in my stomach. So I was downstairs, and I was sleeping downstairs, and then all of a sudden I've gone out into the hallway into the downstairs bathroom, because I was in absolute agony with my stomach, and then I've just heard my nan calling my name into the living room, and I've gone in there, and I'm going, "Nan, is that you?" She's going, "Yes, it's me, come closer." And then she bent down and she put her arms out to me, and I panicked, and I thought I was going to go through her, but I didn't. And the word I used is that she embraced me. She literally picked me up like this, and we didn't go up and we didn't go down. It was like and in complete silence, we went through a curtain. We went through like a veil.
Yeah.
Next minute, I was in this beautiful garden, and I could hear harp music playing, because I thought I'd died, and I could hear harp music playing. It was so vibrant. It was this beautiful garden, but this is the bit that really got me, and it was my nan's house, but in this garden, and my auntie opened the window and asked me to come inside, and I said for dinner, and I said no, I'm not coming inside. I said I'm out here with Nan. So anyway, I was in the garden with my nan, and my nan, right, this is God's honest truth, she had this list, because my nan always used to carry lists, right? she had this list, and this list was from my living room probably all the way to my back door. It was so long, and it was in her bag. And her words to me were, I can't stay long, sweetheart. I've got many things to do. Right? That's exactly what she said to me.
Wow.
Anyway, and the thing is, I couldn't look up and I couldn't look down. Again, it was very similar to what had happened to me before. And everything was all just like this. Like I could just, how I turned is what I saw. Yeah. And I felt very light, but I couldn't look up or down. And then after that, I'm just trying to remember what happened after that part. She said, yeah, I can't stay long, sweetheart. I've got many things to do. And then I remember my mum then calling me from the window, and I said, I've still not coming in the house. And I just remember like harp music playing. Everything seemed so vibrant and just wonderful. And then I woke up in my parents' bed with my nan's glasses on my chest, to my mum turning around saying, how did you get up the stairs, and how have you got your nan's glasses on your chest?
Wow.
And I can't even answer that. And I haven't finished. She also had this bag, my nan, and I described this bag to a T. It was a black bag, and it made that noise like, it wasn't velvet, it wasn't suede. Like if you like do something like that across it, yeah? It was that material, that sort of material that you could just run your like nail across it and it'd make that noise. And it had this buckle on it. And this buckle had a little scratch mark on it, like a marking on it where the buckle was. And that was the bag that my nan had. And I remembered that bag and I described that to a T. Well, anyway, obviously, when I come back from where I was, this encounter that I'd had with my nan, my mum was like, how did you get Nan's glasses on you? I said, Nan came to me. She goes, what do you mean Nan came to me? I was like, Nan embraced me. I said, she took me over to the other side. I said, because I thought I died. And she said, well, I had, but she was sorting it all out for me and bringing me back. And she did as well. And to let me to tell everyone that she's okay where she is, and that she's transitioned okay. I said, and Mum was like, what else did she say? I said, and she had this big list, and she was giving me this list. I said, and her house was there, you was there, Jackie was there calling me in. I said, and I was staying in the garden with Nan. I said, and then she showed me this bag, and my mum was like, what bag did she show you? And then I described the bag to a T. Now listen to this, because I blew everyone's barn doors off. This bag that I described, right, I had not seen this bag ever when my nan was alive, yeah, right? Do you know why? Because the bag that I saw, my mum was 14 years old when my nan had that bag, and that scratch mark that was on the bag is what my mum had done, a marking on that bag.
Wow.
So you tell me how I could describe the marking on that bag and everything else, and that bag had never been used when I, you know what I mean? It was when my mum was like 14 years old.
Crazy.
Even my mum was blown away by that as well. And she said, what else happened? I said, she embraced me. I said, and we didn't go up and we didn't go down. She goes, where did you go? I said, we went sideways. I said, Mum, it's literally a veil. It's literally a veil. It's a curtain. I said, like, it's there. I said, we're here. There's the veil and they're the other side. And that's it. So anyway, I was explaining it all to my mum and everything else. My mum was fascinated by it and everything else from what I experienced and what I had that encounter. And then anyway, my mum smelt me, so the front of me, smelt of like my nan and everything else, and then obviously my back smelt of like my perfume and my washing powder and stuff like that. But you could smell like my nan had this cupboard. And we always used to say it was like a musty cupboard. You know what I mean? Like you have one of them cupboards that was a little bit like musty or whatever.
A larder.
So where she had embraced me, up here on my shoulders and the front of me smelt of her cupboard, but obviously the back of me, which she hadn't touched me there, she'd only embraced me here, still smelt of like my washing powder and like my perfume and everything else. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you recognise this garden then?
What do you mean, did I recognise the garden?
You said you was in a garden with your nan.
Yeah.
Did you recognise, was it your nan's garden?
No. that's what I'm saying. It wasn't my nan's garden. It was a garden that went on for miles and miles and miles. But also the colours weren't like our colours.
It was
Everything
vibrant.
was just so vibrant and just so like bright. Like, you know, like you have like, I don't know, for an example, you have like neon yellow like this, right? You see, this is like that. It was that, but like 1,000 times brighter. It was like so vibrant and just absolutely amazing. And so that was that. And then there was the other time when I had the premonition about the car as well. But yeah, that's another story.
Wow. That's lovely.
Yeah.
So get your questions in, everyone, to ask Destiny.
Yeah.
Any questions, spiritual, if you want to know anything?
That was, I'm trying to remember. I'm not so good at years, guys, so you just have to bear with me a minute. But yeah, that was after. So I was on the operating table when I had my gallbladder removed, because my gallbladder got stuck to my liver, which caused me to go jaundice as well. And obviously there was complications there with my breathing and everything else as well. So yeah. Yeah, so I've had 3 major surgeries on my stomach. I've had an emergency C-section, which that again was a lot that I went through. Then obviously I had my gallbladder removed, because where they had obviously aggravated my C-section to get out Destiny's child, it aggravated everything else and then caused me to get gallstones as well. So I had gallstones, so I had a C-section, gallstones and endometriosis, and literally had 3 major surgeries on my stomach in the space of like a month to 2 months.
That's a lot of operations in such a short time.
That's what I'm saying. That's a lot of trauma right there. Yeah. Yeah.
That must worry you if you get pains in your stomach to this day.
No, not really.
No?
Because I know that I'm fully protected, but I have. Let me see if I can find some pictures.
So I'm doing Ask the Psychic Medium at the moment. So if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask Destiny, you know, regarding...
But considering I've been through a lot, I think my stomach's done amazing, to be fair.
Have you got any questions, Melissa? GMD Jules? Mary?
My stomach's been through a lot.
What advice would you give to someone that would like to learn about becoming a psychic or wants to become a psychic medium?
All is what I can say in reference to that. I can't really answer that because obviously I've never learnt it. I've always had it since I was young. But just my recommendation for you to extend your gifts out is by grounding yourself and doing, you know, regular grounding exercises, cleansing yourself as well, making sure that you do meditate as well, and doing these things, and it will really help you to really open up your intuition and that as well. So that's what I believe anyway. So yeah, I can't really say in reference to that because, as I said, like I've never learnt it. So I mean, I've always had it since I can remember. And my first experience, I was 3 years old, so a long time, you know. And then obviously I had broken heart syndrome as well, and then left with a rare heart condition, and then POTS syndrome, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, at the same time as well. So, yeah.
Is there any readings that you remember that really stand out to you?
Yeah, there are, but obviously I can't discuss them. But I can actually. Yes, I can, and I will discuss this one because this one was done online. so I can discuss this. So I was on a different platform, and
Okay.
I hadn't, obviously, I wasn't on TikTok then. And this lady came to me. She was very skeptic, but she had just lost her son. And that's all she gave me. She gave me a photograph and just said, can you please connect to him? Didn't give me his name or anything like that. And I'd done some of it online, but then it got a little bit too deep. So I took it offline, and then I did it offline for her. But I can mention it because she also did me an amazing review that's also on another platform, which I'll have to get all my reviews and ship them over here to show you. Well, anyway, cutting a long story short, this was wonderful. This is like a reading that I'll never forget. So she had it online, and she was very happy with what she had received, but she wanted more, okay, because she needed closure, okay. So cutting a long story short, what happened was, normally, as I said, I just get on with the reading and I do the reading, but her son came through to me straight away, and he goes, right, you need to go and get pen and paper. It's like, okay, fine. So off I went and got pen and paper. I'll have to find it, because somewhere here I've actually still got what I wrote as well here somewhere as well. I kept it because it blew my mind. Well, anyway, this is what happened. So I went and got a pen and paper. I started writing stuff down, and he was telling me what to write. Yeah. So I was channeling through him. Okay. Anyway, and I ended up writing a letter. And then I read all the things out, what I was saying to her from him. And she was still a little bit skeptical and everything else. And that's fine. And that's okay, because I completely understand it. And I turned around, and there was things I mentioned in there to her. Some of it she could take, and then some of it she couldn't at the time. And I said that he's showing me a compass, and he's showing me a compass key ring that's attached to some keys that's in a safe. Well, of course, she couldn't take any of this to start with. And I said, just hear me out with what I'm saying. I said, because he's also telling me that you've got to go and clear out his apartment. You've got to go and clear out his flat, his apartment, right? I said, and he's letting me know that you will come across that in the safe. Anyway, she come back to me. She was blown away. She had to clean out his safe. Sadly, he unalived himself, okay? He unalived himself. And that's why she wanted so much closure of what had happened, because she was left pending, couldn't understand why and everything else. And then, of course, I'm writing this stuff because he's asked me to go and get pen and paper. So I did. And when she cleaned out his flat apartment and everything else, she came across a key ring that was a compass that had keys attached to it. Wait, I'm finished. Not only did she come across that in the safe, she came across a letter. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
No way was the letter that was in the safe was exactly the same wording as what I had wrote, and it was the same style of writing. That was my first ever time that I had done automatic writing. I'd never done it before in my life. And I ended up writing a whole letter that was from her son to her. And it was word for word exactly the same. Well, of course, that freaked me out. And it also freaked her out as well. And everything else. And it completely blew my mind. And then not only that, he came to me again because she wanted me. She then became from a skeptic to a believer. And then when this all happened and everything else, she asked me to channel him again. Oh, I'm going to get emotional in this. I can't, but I will. Just give me a minute, because it was one of them that I'd never done this before. And she said, is he okay where he is? And at the time, he was in between the two worlds, yeah? He was in between the earth plane and spirit. Because he was stuck in the middle, okay? Because,
Limbo.
Sorry, he was in limbo, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to pass through until he knew that his mum was happy with, you know, had come to terms with what had happened to him.
Yeah.
When he then realised and knew that I changed his mum from a skeptic to a believer and everything else, he said, I'm ready, right? And I said, okay. And he asked me to cross him over to spirit.
No.
And I'd never done that before in my life. And I said to him, I don't know if I can do that. He goes, you can do it. He said, and I'm asking you to do it. He goes, can you please transition me over to the spirit world? He said, because I want you to do it because you've saved my mum.
I've done spirit writing a few times. I love it. Yeah.
Hang on, Rich, please.
Oh,
And
sorry.
I transitioned over her son to the spirit world and everything else. And I'd never done that before in my life.
Yeah.
And this was, like I said, it was all new to me. No one taught me anything. No one showed me anything. I've not had any programs, projects, or Mary or anything. Thank you so much or anything. I've not had no lessons, no nothing. Obviously, you've had training and stuff. You've been trained and stuff. I haven't had any of that. No. Everything that I've had is purely and solely through going through the things that I've experienced that's made me to who I am today. So I was completely like new to it all. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't know any of it. And that's what happened and that's what I did. So that was one of them. There was another one that I did it was horrific, but it was a very clear, solid reading that I'd done. You just need 2K more, Mary, my lovely.
Yeah, but hold it till after this. Hold it till we do a battle. I don't want it getting sent to me by mistake.
And then so that was that. So yeah. And then what else did anyone want to ask me?
No one's putting questions at the moment. Just hold the gifting at the moment. We'll do a battle in a minute. Yeah.
But like as I said, I'd never done that before. So that for me was something new that I had done that I was absolutely blown away with as well, in reference to that as well. So yeah.
No, not doing readings at the moment. Right. So, what do you see or would like to see for the future of the barn, the live that we do now? Is that a question we're allowed to ask?
So what do you mean? What would I see? Obviously, I've brought a massive community together. Yeah, you guys didn't know any of each other and everything else, and you will all come together because I feel like a lot of us felt we were on our own and we were going through these things and what we were going through. And I've brought, you know, I'm not joking, you guys. Yeah, I have worked very hard for this. You know, I've put in blood, pain, sweat and tears in reference to build a beautiful community, a community that is stable, a community that is very, you know, positive. We don't judge in here. You can be any culture, any religion, and all of that. And we don't judge in here. You guys connect with each other outside of TikTok if you want to. That's completely down to you or whatever. But at the same time, we have respect, gratitude and appreciation for each and every one of us that is in here as well. You have obviously gratitude and appreciation for myself. Likewise, I have gratitude and appreciation for you. And that's how it works in here, okay? Like, we work together as a team, as a community, as a family. And in reference to that, I feel like we can go and really expand even more because what I want to do is I want to help as many people as I can. I've already helped thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people already in all different aspects. Like, I've stopped people from unaliving themselves. I've solved murder investigations. I've found missing people, living and deceased people. I do big shows. I've done magazine articles. I'm an executor, a contributor for an executive in a magazine. I've done podcasts, I've done TV, I've done radio. I've had near-death experiences, you name it, I've done it. I've had premonitions, encounters, all of that. And what I'm saying is, I know that I'm here to help as many people as I can. And that's why I like to make this like your guys' safe place for you as well. And yeah, basically.
I'm trying to think of questions. Is there anyone in the chat comments?
Mary, thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary.
GMD Jewelers said you also. Sorry, I'll start again. You also give a lot of guidance.
Yeah, I do the best I can, and like I said, I'm giving you what I've experienced myself, but in reference to like how people say to me, oh, Destiny, how do you know all of this stuff? Like, how do you get all this confirmation and this validation? I generally cannot answer that. And the reason why I can't answer that is because I generally don't know. All is what I know is that, yes, I do connect, to different realms. Yes, I do connect to the universe, angels, ancestors, loved ones, spirit guides. And obviously I have the gatekeeper and I have spirit and all of that with me. I know that I'm fully protected at all times as well. I know that I'm destined to do this. This is my destiny. And I know that I'm here to help as many people as I can, whether it be help, support, guidance, sometimes even closure, but whatever it may be, is what I'm here to help you to understand that life does go on. I know that, I mean that, and I'm not trying to say that in a like negative way or an inconsiderate way or however you think, and I'm not sympathetic, but I'm just trying to explain that obviously it never goes away, but at the same time you become more understanding, you become more appreciative of life and itself and memories and gratitude and appreciation. Like I can't explain it. Like, you just become so much more like you have you have so much like wisdom and you're wise, and you know what I mean, and you just help as many people as you can to understand that they're not on their own, and that you've been through so much within yourself that you want to be able to help them. So like, treat it as if you're having a bad day, not a bad life. And I literally wrote that on my website, like, when I did my website years ago. And I've always said that. And for me, if I can, someone coming in here and being down in the dumps to coming out with a reading with myself, like a Cheshire cat smiling from ear to ear, that there for me is a job well done. Do you know what I mean? And then I've helped who I've needed to help and stuff like that. And I've done what I've needed to do. And I've helped that person to be able to understand the way to program it and the way to understand it. And, life is life, and, in nothing, and I don't care who you are, you can be the top psychic medium in the world, you could be the top celebrity in the world, it doesn't matter. Right, Rich, I'm going to drop you down a minute, mate, because there's some like fuzzy noise that I'm hearing coming from you, so I'm just going to drop you down. Sorry, mate, one sec. You can come up in a minute. And then I've got like, see, that's thrown me off now because I just have fuzzy noise. Guys, what was I saying, please? Because I've got ADHD, you have to prompt me. This is what can you tell me what I was saying? Can you tell me what I was saying, please? What was I saying? Hello?
Hi. How come
Hello?
you?
I can't now, my lovely, yeah? I can't battle right this second because I'm doing a QA. Come back for me later, yeah? Later.
Okay.
Thank you. Cheers then. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Sorry, I don't even know how he come up. Guys, can you just tell me what I was just explaining? Oh yeah, about grief, wasn't it? And you kind of start to understand the way of life and what life's about, you know. So you have more gratitude, you have more appreciation, and that you've realised that time's short and you haven't got long. So it's like making memories to the fullest and that as well. And it's like when you're doing that, it's about understanding that, you know, finding forgiveness for things that's happened. And like I said to you, I don't care who you are. You can be a top celebrity. You could be, top psychic medium in the world, but you don't know everything. You don't know everything. I'm sorry. We learn every single day. Yeah. Every day is a learning day. Right. And I love that about life, because when you're learning something, it's giving you an understanding of what it is that you need to go through. And sometimes going through these lessons and learning these lessons actually makes you to be the person that you need to be today as well. And it gives you that strength, it gives you that courage, it gives you that confidence, it gives you that clarity, that stability, you know, and it gives you that time and that chance for you to really talk out what you need to say, you know, in reference to how you're feeling. And yes, guys, it's life. You do go through obstacles, you do go through challenges, you do go through pit stops, you do go through purging times, you do go through testing times, you know, but it's about having a mindset that is more powerful than the physical. So you can have someone who is physically fit, yeah, and physically hard in reference to that, but then they might not be so physically strong, mentally strong, in their mind. So for me, I'm very strong in my mind, very strong, because the things that I've been through in my life, I should not be here. I should not be here whatsoever, at all. But I'm here because I'm strong. I've got a very strong mind. And that's why I said, I don't care who you are. You can throw anything at me. Like, prime example of that lady the other day talking about my eyelashes and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm not going to go into detail because we don't want to attract anything negative. But what I'm saying is that didn't bother me in the slightest. So anything that anyone tries to throw at me, you can't get to me, because I've literally been through absolutely every single possible thing that you can imagine in life. So nothing gets to me, because I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt 1,000 times over, you know? So, and each time that I go through something in my life, it makes me even stronger to be who I am today. And I feel that that's what I'm here for. I feel like I'm here to help as many people, to show you if you're going through a situation in your life right now, it's about being very, headstrong, having a powerful mind. A powerful mind is what is really going to attract a lot of beautiful, positive, abundance, prosperity into your life, because you're attracting and putting out to the universe and projecting out to the universe good energy and good vibration, because what we are at the end of the day is energy and vibration. So if you're putting that out and that's good, and that's all the goodness, then watch your whole world, your whole life, like turn around in a good light, in a good way before your eyes as well, you know? And that's what I'm trying to explain. Like, there's so many different things here that I feel a lot of you need to learn. And I will help you the best that I can. But like I said, I've never done any teaching on it, as in no one's taught me anything. Literally everything I know through my whole entire life is me having to learn it in a way for me, for myself, not for anybody else, okay, for me. I've had to learn it and go through these, like, these things. And let me tell you, they wasn't easy. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, I went through it, you know, like a walk in the park. I went through it like, you know, like rainbows and stuff and unicorns, and it was amazing. No, it was absolutely horrific. But at the same time, it's really opened my eyes to a lot of things. And I feel that I've got a lot of, like, wisdom, and I'm very, like, aware of people and what they're about now. Do you know what I mean? As of before, I didn't have all of that. Do you know what I mean? But now I understand it and I get it. Does that make sense? What will sort me out, Tommy? What will sort me out? You tell me what will sort me out. You tell me what will sort me out. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So nothing phases me at all. What are you on about? What will sort me out? I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're talking about. You're not making no sense. But yeah, but in a good way, as I said, in reference to that, it's about, you know, I love listening to, like, people's different things that they've experienced in their life. Do you know what I mean? Because it's real life stuff. It's genuine. It's genuine, it's real, it's authentic, it's there, and it's there for a reason as well. I still don't know what you're talking about, Tommy. You're talking in middles, mate. We don't know. We can't see your comment at all. But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. There's a lot there, you know. So I don't know what you're saying, Jimmy Jules. I know what you mean. See, learn something new every day. I don't know. Send it to me in a message. Send me what you're saying in a message, because maybe you're coding it because of TT. I don't know what you're saying. If you write it to me, then yes, write it to me and then I will know. But I think TT is obviously filtering it because I can't see all of it. And then I see DG. Huh? That's what I mean. Tell me what you're writing, guys, yeah? Tell me what you're writing. But yeah, Rich, I think that's enough now, mate, for QA. Yeah, look, free, let us send in masters.